Hola people, welcome back to my channel Lifesciencetastic and to the second episode of Taste the Experience of, I would say, a good combination of biodiversity, cytogenetics and NGS, that is next generation sequencing. For you all, I requested a really dear friend of mine, Mr. Pratik Paranspe, to share his experience with us. Now, what are we waiting for? Let's begin with the question and answer series with him. Hola Pratik, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. So thank you so much for the Zoom meeting actually. I'm really glad that you made for this meeting.
Thank you
So
very
shall
much.
we start?
Yeah, please.
Okay. So can you introduce yourself to all of us so that we'll get an idea about your background first?
So my name is Pratik, and I have done bachelor's in biotechnology, and after that I went for a different field. So I did my master's in biodiversity, which is related to some environmental science and all those things. So it's kind of a different field. And now I'm working in the field of NGS for like past 3 years.
That's
And
nice. That's interesting. Yeah.
yeah, I like to work in lab actually, so I chose this thing.
Okay. So you have some experience of cytogenetics as well, right?
Initially, I started my working career as cytogenetics only. Then I moved to molecular.
Oh, that's nice. So you have shifted your base from cytogenetics to molecular, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. So where were can you tell your work experience? Like where were you working before and now where are you working?
Okay. So I started my job first in Datar Cancer Genetics. There I was first primarily I was doing this cytological assays on immunocytological assays on cancer patient cells. So we used to use some different antibodies to detect the different cancer types. So if the patient does not have a clear idea of what cancer he has, so we have one test there. So we will use different antibodies, and we can guess whether this patient might have this cancer type. So later, by using different testings and all other scanning methods and everything, the doctor can find out and confirm whether what the suggested cancer type is.
Nice. That's interesting, actually. Yeah. And the second question to you is, according to you, what is the scope or demand after courses like you have done or like we have done, like biotechnology or biochemistry or microbiology?
So the recent trend is compared to when we were graduated. At that time, there was very few companies who were offering jobs for freshers and everything.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it is changing. So it's like if you are doing biotechnology and you have you want to go for lab work only, then now you are getting tremendous opportunities in
Exactly. I
everywhere.
mean, it's growing like anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's very good. Like the people who are in, if anyone here watching is in 12th standard or 11th standard and he wants to pursue for biotechnology, when he will graduate from his master's degree, I bet there will be a lot, like tons of companies.
Good opportunities.
Yeah.
Even I
more
agree.
than what
Till the
it is
time
now.
they pass out, like it will be a like the best, I would say.
Because even 2-3 years before, it was not like it was in a very initial growing stage. Now it is like flourished everywhere.
So do you think like after post COVID and all, is it like there's a difference in the field, like
yes, because now people know what exactly we do. So it is like on every general ground level, people know that if you want to so they know what we are now. Earlier it was not so popular.
Exactly. So post COVID has changed the scenario.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
So after that also, like now most of the medical diagnostic field is also moving to like NGS. So we will be like most of all the tests are being replaced by molecular diagnostics only.
Correct. I agree.
So there are few companies who will be working in the CRISPR, if you know that. So if they get success, that's it. Correct. Pharma industry is closed.
You actually you said that. That's I would appreciate you for that. So
that will be a drastic change.
Yeah, actually, it will be a turning point for our industry.
Yeah.
So the next question to you is, in simple words, can you just explain what do you exactly do in like Dubai right now?
Yeah, the work here is very good. Like it's a very easy workflow. So everything is like preset. You don't have to modify anything right now. So it's like set
Okay.
workflow. So just once we receive the sample, I will do the all the entries and everything in the portal. After that, I have to go for lysis. I isolate the DNA out of it, and then I go for the library preparation. And once that this step is very easy. It's like 3 hours maximum. After that, after that we use chef. So the chef will once I load my pool and all the libraries into Iron
So you
Chef.
go for the sequence.
Then we go for Iron Chef. Then that will take some
Over
5
there,
hours.
it's Iron Torrent. Like
Yeah.
platform is Iron Torrent.
Mostly diagnostic will be if it is diagnostics, people always go for Iron Torrent because it is quick. The sequencing is done very quickly.
Yeah. So the time required is like less.
Yeah, in my field, it is the time is very crucial because what the result which I am going to share is that depending on next day the patient will be having transplantation of the embryo.
Correct.
So and all this is very like planned 1-2 months before. So they have this hormone therapy and everything going on. So the time is very crucial in this. So if I give negative reports, they will not implant it because if only I give in time. So like the TAT timing is 24 hours, 25 hours not.
That's quite hectic schedule you have, I guess. Huh?
Yes, it is. It is sometimes.
But you have an interesting work profile. I'm really impressed by that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the next question to you is how to apply or hunt for such good companies. You're working in Dubai right now, so how to apply and get a job there?
See, I don't know about getting a job for freshers is a good thing here or not because these people here, whoever is working here in medical field or healthcare, they have to get one license from DHA, which is Dubai Healthcare Association. So in that, what problem I'm facing right now is I don't have like I got a post of lab technician. With in India, it is very like small position or something like that.
It's the first position.
It's the first position where we start. But like the first position which I started was junior scientist. Later,
we were together actually.
Yeah. So that junior scientist, and then in other company I was research associate. So I don't have the experience later saying I'm a molecular technician or lab technician, or I don't have a relevant DMLT degree also of that lab technician. So here they require this thing whether you have to give 3 years of experience of a lab technician if you are getting a lab technician degree. Okay. Every company will be having different titles. But mostly, if you are working in lab, there is only one position, which is lab technician. There's no senior, junior, medium. Okay. There's no other position there. No hierarchy like we have in India. Lab technician, senior, junior, lab technician. The people will be using high-tech instrumentation and everything like sophisticated, all those Illumina platform, all those high-end sequencing machine, everything. But the position name, the title will be lab technician only. So like it's kind of like people whenever I tell my friends that bro I got a job, I am a lab technician, and they will be like, hey, why you went for a lab technician? So even I can like actually think what you are going through. So this is three. So but basically I'm doing everything which I was doing earlier only. I'm using all the instrumentation and everything. So here from isolation till sequencing till the analysis part, everything is done by me. So analysis part. Yes, I am the in charge of that particular test. So I will be like from collection of like collecting the samples, accepting the samples into the lab till the loading the chip. So only the analysis and result, the report generation is done by other team. The rest everything is done by me only. For
So
all
that's
other
pretty
process
good.
also, it is same in our company. So this
So
is
you have okay.
like start to end only one person is handling. So like it will be
That is the
error,
best thing actually.
error
Yeah, yeah,
free.
yeah.
The
We
chances of
can
error
track
is
the
reduced.
samples properly
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
yes.
So if you are like, if you have experience like 2-3 years, I will suggest you can, if you want to join in Dubai, there is DHA, Dubai Health Association. So you have to get a license from that. Averagely, that license cost about some 1,70,000 or something like that.
That's
So,
nice.
that is your minimum saving of 1 month if you get a job here. Okay,
Okay.
so it
Oh,
is, yeah. If you have 3 years minimum experience, the good news is there is no tax, no income tax,
okay, it's tax free then.
no
That's a
professional
good,
tax,
usually,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, the bad thing also there is these people don't have any PA for anything. So whatever you have, your salary,
Yeah,
whatever CTC you have like they have mentioned in the offer letter, exact
right.
amount will be in your bank account
Yeah, credited to your bank account.
exactly on 25th of every month.
Right.
So these systems are very strict here. So
So they are very punctual about the salary
yeah,
and
they have to
everything.
be.
Yeah.
So it's working here is very good, but
Yeah. So how is working there? Like, is it good,
you
better than India, or so yeah, you have the experience of India and
India also.
Dubai. Yeah. So
No,
I'm
in
asking you that question.
in India also, like I was on two different platforms, so
Yeah. Right.
I cannot directly compare the work what
Yeah.
I was doing in India
Hmm.
and here, because in India I was first primarily working in diagnostic, then for 1 year I was in academics. So
Correct.
there that work is very good, and that
Yeah.
is like
And
every
different.
day
Actually,
is a
both.
new
Yeah.
challenge. You
Yeah.
don't have any set protocol, like you have set protocols, but then you have to like modify according to the client what sample you are receiving and everything.
Hmm.
So here I don't have any challenges because the protocol is set. You don't
Yeah.
have to
You
think,
just have to
like
follow the
you
protocol.
just have
That's
to
it.
follow the protocol. So
Okay.
if you don't like, if you don't want challenges, or if you want very streamlined kind of work, go for diagnostic. That is the thing for you. But if you want challenges every day, you want to scratch your brain for hours, like why this is not working on and what do I have
Right.
to
Right.
do, then go for the academics. Research is the thing for you. So
Okay.
so personally I like academics because it is very good, like it gives you a great opportunity to learn different
Yeah, and to
things.
think and yeah, right, to perform and all.
And the people who are working in academics, they will value your opinion. So it's like if you're giving any suggestion, you will be like considered for a suggestion.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
that is a thing.
noted. Right.
Yeah, but
That's very good points you have like noted. I'm really happy for that. Like you said, really well. My next question to you is: what type of jobs are available after BSc and MSc in life sciences? So the reason to ask you this question is like you have done your masters in biodiversity and now you're working in the field of molecular biology. So yeah, so please, according to you, what are the opportunities and the jobs after graduation and post graduation?
first thing I want to suggest is never go for a job after just having a graduation degree, because that
Yeah,
is a very,
right.
like you will be you cannot grow much after that.
Correct, correct, correct.
So my recommendation is ki, please pursue for your master's degree minimum, because now master's degree is also like we are considered as you are you're not
Exactly.
you're just a kid in the field and everything.
Perfect reaction. That's the perfect
So
reaction you gave. Yeah.
people in our field are like too much experienced people, because there was a trend where like we either have very senior people working in our working along with us, or just like our there is no midline thing, because at that time it was like not really very
Good
career
phase
kind of
for
thing
this. Yeah,
field.
yeah.
So all those big people on big post will be basic PhD. So this is the thing, like masters will be like you are just a kid, man.
Feel
Yeah, yeah, you
feel like
can,
you're feeling like,
yes, you can feel inferiority complex too much if
correct.
you cannot. So minimum is the masters. Then
But people like students can do internships after graduation, right? They can go for internships.
Yeah, but a short-term internship is very good. Like if you during the vacation work for like 3 months or 2 months, if you are doing internship, that will help you to get a good internship after your masters,
Correct.
and
Yeah,
that
right.
will help you in getting a good job at like
Correct.
the famous stuff or like
Because
a
of the
big
experience
organization.
they'll have.
And according to, like, I never did any internship or something, but
Is it? Okay.
yeah, I directly got job. So
Oh, well,
the interns are like good because they will get exposure to every kind of work
yeah, techniques
from
and the skills.
skills. So if you're doing your internship before your job, it is a very good thing because you will be exposed to all the basic things which are required for your interview in for your main job. So having an internship is a very good thing. But after like but after BSc, don't go for a job. Yeah.
Job,
Yeah.
job kind of. Go
Like
after
you
only
have
MSc.
to, even if it is costly affair, please do the MSc because it is stagnant after
It is
some years.
actually like necessity now. It is a necessary, degree for any graduate. You should have a
Yeah.
postgraduate degree.
Yes. There are like a variety of jobs available. So some companies will be having separate departments for all kind of things. So like most of the trend is like for isolation they will be having separate team, separate department. For QC of all those isolation products will be having a separate department, separate team. And for library preparation they will be having separate departments. Workflow will be like distributed in every among themselves, and they can manage their TAT times also. Final department will be sequencing, so that is also a good thing. So it depends like from what point, which degree, with what experience you are starting your career. So it depends upon that whether so you basically you can start everything with isolation. Once you start from isolation, you will be moving upside every time to QC, then for library preparation, then for sequencing, and if you're lucky, you may be in analysis and everything also. All those kind of things. That is just in lab and out lab. So dry lab and wet lab again.
Wet lab. That's what I was talking. Like you told about the wet lab.
Wet lab things. So dry lab is also a very interesting thing. For that, you have to go for this bioinformatics. So all these industries are flourishing. So like I said earlier, we have too many job options nowadays with compared to what we had earlier. So with increasing demand for lab work, like it's equivalently we are also needing too many skilled people in bioinformatics also. So just as much as biotechnology is improving, bioinformatics field is also improving.
I think bioinformatics is in the higher side, I guess. It's more like emerging and in demand right now.
If you are, if two people, if me and my friend are graduating at same time, but I am doing biotechnology and my friend has done bioinformatics, the probability of getting a job, like he will get job earlier, his starting payment will be some 30-40% more than what I'm getting.
Correct.
Because it's a good thing, and if you are comfortable with desk job and all those things, if you're good with computer, like you can sit and do the computer stuff all day, then that is a very good field for you. Bioinformatics.
That's the best option, I would say.
Yes, and it's equally challenging. And
correct. It's equally challenging. Opportunities are more as compared to like wet lab.
Yes. Finding a good bioinformatician is a little difficult because now like lab people are like more, but bioinformaticians are very less compared to this thing. So upcoming, if you want to pursue for bioinformatics, go for it. Very good field. And it is required for like both academics also and for this service diagnostics also.
Clinical samples.
Clinical science also. So there's a vast scope for that.
Okay, so in short, you mean there is high demand after like doing
Yeah,
BSc and MSc,
yes.
correct?
After MSc, I will say, not after
After
BSc.
MSc, after MSc, correct?
Yes.
All right. So next question to you is, what are your qualification applications in the industry you're working right now? As you said, you have a MSc in biodiversity.
Yeah.
So just compare biodiversity and your work process right now. So is it relatable or is it like totally different thing? Or you wish to, merge those two things in future?
Okay. Uh, in future, I am definitely going to merge my biodiversity knowledge and by my bioinformatics, this biotechnology also. I have
Mhm.
some plans for starting
Great.
my own business. So that will be like we will discuss it
Yeah, yeah,
about
yeah.
that in the end.
I have that question too. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have that.
So at very if you look at these two fields, they are not directly related to each other. But
Right.
like if you have interest and you want to mix both of those things, it is like you can do it.
Right.
But if you are working in academics, then maybe you will like your inputs from biodiversity can help in your what the practically what you are doing in your NGS field
Oh,
or something like that,
oh,
because
interesting.
it depends upon see if you are doing some this academics what it is. So people who are doing PhDs or any government organization who is doing all the research related to life science thing, so they will send their samples. This sample
Mm.
could be some if someone is working on some plant
Mm.
uh, which is like found in some dense forest or something like which is endangered or something like that, and they will send their samples, then we will isolate RNA DNA from that,
Correct.
and
Mm.
based upon what their PhD thesis topic is, uh, we will isolate the compound and then analysis will be done for the whatever the requirement is. So sometimes we get different samples. We can get
Mm.
bark of some tree, we can get some skin part of some animal, we will get
Oh.
insects which are preserved. So in that
Mm.
what like in my earlier company what helped me was once we got earthworm as a
Oh, okay.
yeah, so they most of the clients will directly dissect it and then send us the actual
Uh,
portion which is required for us. Then
right.
these people, once one client sent direct like full earthworm, and his demand was specifically the gut and some
Oh.
specific region of the gut. Now everyone else, what we do dissection and everything, that is way
Yeah.
back in the college.
College. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
That
totally
is in
different.
like early like 11th or 12th,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
nowadays
right.
we don't do the like practical these
Yeah,
things
we
also.
don't. Yeah, yeah.
There is no
Mm.
this practical is not allowed everywhere, so
Mm.
nobody there had any experience with all these things, but somehow I was too much into this zoology stuff earlier, so
Mm.
there it helped me. Plus
Right.
in when I was in biodiversity we had zoology like in depth a little bit,
Yeah, correct.
so
Yeah.
there I knew these things, okay, which portion is called what. You can get everything on internet also, but I
Mm.
already knew, so they gave this
That
project
helped
to
you.
me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Right.
like it saved time, and the
Yeah.
client was happy with whatever the result was out of that, because
Mm.
not everyone, like not all the companies or labs who are working in this field will accept those kind of samples. They will
Right.
either like they will be very
Mm.
specific, they will just reject those samples if they are not fitting in their criteria or something. Some animal sample, some plant sample will be like high in like protein content, and some will be like there will be too much of complexity, so normal protocols for isolation you cannot follow there. Now
Mm.
if you know what kind of animal it is, what kind of sample you are dealing with, and
Mm.
you have some background knowledge of zoology or
Correct.
this botany, you will
Mm.
know, you will have idea ki the species is like
Right.
this
Right.
species is having high protein content in this specific portion or
Mm.
some body location or something like that. So you can modify your protocol before even starting your first experiment, like that. Like
Okay. Correct.
so you can start with using more enzymes to degrade all those things or something like that.
Uh,
So you don't waste your resources on
education.
No,
Your
in
knowledge.
lab work also,
Okay.
you will not waste your resources on just experimenting to get the quality product, because from the start only this animal is eating these kind of things or whatever it is. So
Right. So you already
it
have the
is
knowledge.
high
of
in
it.
protein, so we will face this difficulty when we are isolating some DNA or RNA. So like that, we can initially only we will improve our protocol, we will modify our protocol.
Right.
So like that, it helps everywhere. Yeah, none of the
Ah,
knowledge is waste. It, like, you just have
waste.
to think in a different way how to apply it.
Right. Very well said,
So
actually. I
so
agree with you.
yeah,
Right.
like that you can
Interesting.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. So according to you, like botany and zoology people also have a chance in NGS, or if they have interest to learn more and
More more than interest, what these people, when hiring, they will be looking whether you have some you should be in genetics. There should be a
yeah,
genetics subject
obviously,
in your
obviously,
master's
correct.
degree. So most of the universities in India will be having this molecular biology in their master's degree. So that will help. Yeah, definitely. So I
Yeah.
I don't think whether like directly, but from
You can
isolation, if you
apply,
start,
yeah.
then you can
Hmm.
definitely apply. They will consider you as a like
Yeah, right.
valuable asset. But yeah, if but you have to
So
start
there is
from
no
the
as such
very basic.
direct demand, but yeah, if
Yeah,
you want
there
to
is no
get the
direct
lot,
demand, but
go
you
for
will
it.
get opportunities definitely. For these things,
Correct.
I will suggest that you don't go in a well established company. If you start your
Correct, correct.
career with small startups or the
Oh,
company
yeah,
which is
right.
just started or something like
So
that,
that at least they can hire
in
you,
that
you'll get
thing,
the knowledge and experience with
yes,
them.
you will get very great knowledge. You will be like practically handling things which, if you join in a well established company, in that
You
you will be like in
because over
specific
there the
departments.
protocols and
Yeah,
the
yes,
accreditation is very
that
important, no? And
accreditation
then
is
you,
important.
yeah,
So they will not let you explore other things.
correct,
But if you join
correct.
in some startup or something like that,
Yeah,
you can be exposed to
you might, yeah, correct.
everything.
You think that,
The same happened with me. First, I joined in very established company. There it
yeah.
was little bit different, but as I was in research department, so I kept on moving department to department, department to department.
So
So
you got
in
to
that
learn
way,
each and everything. Yeah,
yes, I was one of the few people who
lucky.
were. Yeah, that company had some 5 labs. Out of that 5, I worked in 4. So
Nice. See,
I
even I was working with the same company, and I was
yes,
only working in the one
in one
department.
department. So
I feel
it's
you're very
a
lucky
yes,
to
it's a good
explore all the
thing.
departments.
You get to learn all these different techniques also.
Correct. You
Like
get the exposure of all the techniques,
yeah, it,
all the protocols,
yes.
and how the
As I
stages.
said earlier, I started with cytogenetics, then I moved to
Yeah,
this molecular. So this transition was very good.
yeah, right.
In
Actually,
between,
that is
I
the main
was
reason I
yes.
wanted your this thing
My
views on
primary
like
work was cell culture and everything. So that
oh
cell culture is beautiful thing. I love that.
yeah.
It's it's very
I can
challenging.
see that on your face that you're
It,
very like
it is very challenging, and it gives you, like, you're doing something which is not typical everyday thing, and then
yeah.
you're doing something good, some valuable stuff you're doing, and if you're good at it, then you will be like
You
praised
just
every
go
time,
for it. Yeah.
even
So you
others,
have that,
obviously.
kida of like experimenting.
That kida should be there in everywhere,
Should be
because
there, yeah.
the
That.
sample source is very critical here. But there like sometimes it happens, some of the samples are working very well, but sometimes it's not working. Then you will be questioned why, like, what happened.
Correct.
So that
So
time you
you
have to,
need you need that experience,
yes,
to
to tell
figure out how what to do now
what
and
went
what is the
wrong.
next step. Yeah.
Sometimes it is sample specific, sometimes it's person
Yeah, right.
specific,
Yeah, and sometimes
so
it's like the kid specific also.
kid
The kids
specific
we
also. Yeah.
yeah, correct. Okay, let's move ahead to the next question.
Sure.
So it's like if possible, okay, if
Okay.
possible, can you please share the salary range for the freshers in India and in Dubai?
Okay, this trend is different in different region. Actually, if you
Huh.
work, if you say Maharashtra,
Huh.
then all my friends who have started their career in this field.
Same.
Very earlier, to 3-4 years ago, now all these people are from 3-4 years ago. So at that time, our salary range was something from 8,000 to 16,000 max per month.
Correct.
That is for fresher, which is
I'm
very
from the
like
same batch.
yeah, this is like two drastic ends. Like 8,000 is very less, and 16,000 for a start is very less. Is more actually, kind of like if you see it.
You thought
16,000. 16,000 is too much, because I saw my seniors, right? My seniors when passed out, they were getting 10,000, and they were like, man, I got a very good job, and I got the very nice package. And then I used to ask them, how much you got? They said 10,000 per month, and I was like, what? How can you manage 10,000? And then they were like, yeah, man, for starter it is very good salary, very good salary.
Very good. Yeah. In our time it was actually very nice.
That demotivated me, but still I kept on going, and it was difficult. But now it is more. If you go to the south side, it is too much. Starting salary only.
Too much for us.
Too much for like their expenses also more, but compared to that ratio also, you get a decent amount of salary. Too many companies flourishing now, so the demand is.
There's competition. There's real competition now in the country.
And if you see, as per the demand, we are not getting the number of employees actually. People passing.
Exactly.
In my batch, when I graduated from BSc Biotechnology, so there were some 30 people. So out of that 30, only 2 or 3 went for masters in biotechnology. I changed my career to biodiversity because
and many people change to MBA and
not many. All the other, like, can take some 6-7 people who went to masters in same field or some life science field. Everyone else who is remaining, like 25-30 people out of 30, 25 people went for masters in this MBA. So this thing is also, but they do in MBA in pharma. That is also very good, man. My friends who were hopeless, they got 6-7 lakh package.
Exactly. See, at the end, what a student think is like, is there any demand, and is there any, like, the salary we'll be getting is good? That's it. That's what a student wants actually.
Yes. So MBA is also a good option. Yes. Pharma, MBA in pharma.
Right. And what about Dubai? Like the fresher, you said there's no opportunity for a fresher.
I'm not sure whether they get opportunities for fresher because of the DHA license only. You have to have 3 years of experience. Even if you have same title, like I said, here if you are working in lab, your title is lab technician. So depending upon what your lab, like I work in molecular, so my post is molecular lab technician. For that you need a molecular lab technician degree, which we don't have in India. We don't have this specific. The specifications are not there. We just graduate.
Now it's not there.
It's not there. So if you have equivalent degree, I think you might apply. You can apply here for DHA license. But the only suggestion will be, please get license first before applying. I will just say that, because it is very easy. If you have license, you are very valuable person. You have to spend money on that for initially like 1,50,000, 1,70,000. You have to come here for and there is one interview also here. But this process is of 3-4 months. So what they do is you have to submit few documentation then. They will verify all those documents. If you are giving your work experience, they will validate those work experience by practically calling the companies. They will check your personality also. They will have a personality test also. They will ask your character, how was the person and all those things. If you get qualified in that one, then they will call you for one interview, which will be live, like face-to-face interview. So you have to come here with visit visa and everything. So this expense, it might go up to some 2 lakhs or something if you compare all these things. But and it will take time wise, it will be like 3-4 months, you don't know. maybe 5 months also. It is a very time consuming process, so you have to do this when you are having one job at your hand in India. At the same
Right.
time you start applying for this license thing. Once you get license,
Hmm.
immediately quit. You can come here, or I will say you
Okay.
search. See,
Yeah.
for this also you have to be very specific. Like the DHA license for Dubai, you cannot use in other Emirate state. So first you have to finalize whether you want to
Right.
work in Dubai, you want to work in Abu Dhabi or any other Emirate state. So according to that, you have to
Okay, so the
shortlist.
license is different for different regions.
This like Abu Dhabi
Hmm.
is separate state, Dubai is separate state, so they will
Oh,
have their own
right.
own thing, own government, own s- license,
Rules
like that.
and regulations.
Own rules, everything that changes. So first you shortlist your where you want to go.
Hmm.
Living wise,
Hmm.
Dubai is good.
Okay.
Abu Dhabi is
Next,
also
is
good.
it expensive? Is it expensive?
It is expensive. It depends upon you, like how you are staying. Like right now,
Yeah, right.
my the most only two things are expensive here. One is food. Second is accommodation. Okay,
And that's what you need. That's
that's what
mandatory.
you need. That's what is mandatory. If you travel with metro, transportation is very cheap. If you go with
Oh,
taxi, transportation is almost like India only. In India also
ah,
taxi service is very costly. Here is almost same. Like for some 15 kilometers or some 5-6 kilometers, you have to pay some around 900,000 rupees, which is more. But you also get
ah,
salary in good range, so it's like okayish.
obviously.
Yeah. So living expense, accommodation here, if you want to live in some dormitory or something, 15 people sharing one room, a big room,
Mhm.
and then you will need some 200. It starts from 300 200 dirhams per month, which is very 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 cheap.
Okay.
If you go with sharing, I live in
Yeah,
sharing.
it's very
My room is shared with total 3 people. So my
okay.
like this. So this Dubai 2020 Expo was failed because of COVID, and they everything after this COVID resumed. It
Yeah.
resumed with like kind of 60% increased rate of everything, almost like
Okay.
that
Even
only.
in the rent and food and everything.
Yes, earlier it was not expensive as much. You can like you will get decent amount of stay in some thousand dirhams or something like that,
Mhm.
which is some 20,000 or something
Mhm.
INR. Now it is expensive. Now if I live in three sharing room, it is
Mhm.
about 30,000 for me per month INR.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
it's not like you can manage your expenses. My expense, if I tell you, I can manage my stay. 1 month I can manage in 80,000 rupees, Indian rupees.
Okay. Oh,
So
wow.
rest whatever I'm getting is in my
That's so
savings
good.
only.
Yeah.
So see, basically, if you are working in lab, you will not get time for all other stuff.
Yeah, yeah, correct.
And except for malls and everything, there is nothing in Dubai. So most of your weekends you will be sitting home only. Or if
But
you want
Dubai
to
is
go in
beautiful, yeah.
Dubai, that is for you, man. You see the Dubai, what you see. You see
Like,
Dubai. You see Dubai because you are watching it in a tourist mood. I am here living,
no,
so
no, no,
I
not tourist mode, but
yeah.
yeah, actually a tourist
है
mode.
ना?
Correct, correct.
All those locations are
Uh,
particular,
Shopping and
very
everything.
that is one area.
Yeah. So my next question to you is like, what skills you need to enter the industry you're working right now? As you said that you need at least 3 to 4 years of experience, like in molecular, if you want to work in Dubai in molecular field. So is it the same for dry lab or the bioinformaticians?
Okay. See, yeah, you. It depends. Like first, as I said earlier, you have to hunt for the license first, and then you will look
Yeah.
for how many companies are there. So when you are looking for which
Mm.
company, you should see what kind of services they are giving. Based on that, you can
Yeah.
select with whatever experience you have. So if you have good experience in some diagnostics
Mm.
things as a bioinformatician, uh, even if the service type is different, you can like easily get job and you will be easily acclimatized there. If you are
Correct.
working in lab, depending upon what kind of application it is there. Now if like
Right.
consider myself as an example. So earlier I was in this academic section. So there our sequencing platform was Illumina. So all the instrumentation, all the protocols were followed for Illumina sequencing method, which is different than
Correct.
ion torrent. So
Yeah, all that.
yeah, and all of the diagnostic is working on ion torrent only. So library preparation is different in this ion torrent and in Illumina.
Obviously.
Don't ask me which one is good because I like Illumina.
Okay,
So
same.
yeah,
My vote for you.
thank you. It's
Huh.
just like iron torrent is very easy to use, and it is very like time saving. You get your
Yeah.
data in very short time. Like if you like, I have a tag time of 24 hours. So in that 24 hours, mostly my data will be generated in 18 hours only.
Ah,
Yeah. So if I'm starting next morning, like 9 o'clock or something, we release our reports. I start.
nice.
I start at some 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and next day by 9 a.m. The reports are already released. So overnight the sequencing will be done, and
Yeah,
analysis
yeah.
is take only 1 hour, something like that. So
Oh,
so this very time saving. So if you want to go for diagnostic only, then if you have iron torrent experience, you will be like quickly selected by the employer. Most of the companies here, it is the trend is like you will be given particular test, you will be assigned to particular what you say, particular application, and from start to end only you will be the person who is handling it. So if you have just isolation experience or just library preparation experience,
that won't
then
help.
that might not help, but it depends upon how you are portraying yourself in the interview. If the interviewer find you like compatible, he will he might select you. The same thing happened with me also, because I never started my thing with proper isolation and everything, DNA isolation.
Yeah, I know that.
So because that was not required for my title back then, we were focusing on different things. So I directly went to library preparation or other assays in that field. So but yeah, it's like that. So here you will be doing start to end. So if you have that kind of experience, it is a very good plus point for you.
It will definitely help. Like you will be selected.
Definitely. You will be selected very easily. And all they need is commitment from you. Like it should not be. See, there is no
switching the company. Yeah, you should not
there
come
is
there and switch the company.
no there is no bond system here. So you are not like practically you are not like it's up to you. You can switch anytime or something like that. So
But still, you just need
you
to
are
give a
not
commitment kind of.
you have to give verbal commitment, and on that basis only it is like that. So the employer will be.
So my next question is very interesting. Okay, and is actually like a common question with which all the students have. Compare your college or education time with your work life. Like, how was your theoretical experience and how was your practical experience?
During college time, I was really not into theory and everything. I was like, I used to spend most of my time in practical in all the labs. So there, in my batch, we were like 3 people who were. So in first year biotechnology, there were 50 people, and on first day, our teachers asked why you went for biotechnology. Only 3 of us gave answer because we have interest in biodiversity, biotechnology. Yeah. So we 3 stick to the end till the end. We were like, okay, we want to do this from beginning only. So we had curiosity. We had support from our staff members also at some point. So even on Sundays,
that's a good thing that you already had an interest. Yes. Because students, what they do is like they opt for MBBS. If they don't get,
they go for biotechnology. Yeah. So most of the time during my second year, third year, even on holidays, Sundays or something, we 3 used to go in lab, and just for time pass or something, we used to like try different protocol with different modifications and everything.
So as I said, you had
I remember. Yeah, there was one time when in third year biotechnology, before our final practicals, there was one experiment of isolating DNA from some bacterial cultures. So I don't know why, but we were not getting DNA concentration. Like we were like, no matter how hard we try, how many reagents we changed and used, we were not getting the bands on gel. So it was difficult because my college was having a rivalry with another college, and that another college professor was going to be our external examiner. So
Oh my God, okay.
they were like having grudges with each other, staff
That's a
members.
huge pressure, huh?
So we were not like, if we failed in that, he will fail definitely. It was like that. So before we tried so many times in regular practicals also, but even the teacher was not satisfied, not we three were satisfied. So for like 2-3 months before our examination, we were constantly trying to do things, and finally we changed one step and we got the DNA band. And then we were writing all different protocols on sheet and everything like that. And that we finalized one protocol which was relatively better than what the traditional protocol was, because in college you don't get good quality reagent. All the reagents will be already expired long time back, and you have to use all those things, and using enzymes and everything is very crucial for isolation.
Relatable, yes.
Yeah, so all those things matters. So that helped me in my career also. I always enjoyed working in lab more than in classrooms. So there are very few universities who offer courses who are focused on practical. So when I was looking for MSc, I was searching for which university has more practical oriented for their syllabus. And Garware College was good. Like the syllabus, it was followed by Pune University only. But the staff members, they have a very different approach in Garware for biotechnology. Because I have been there in that department for 2-3 times, and if you have some practical related query, even I was in different department, they did not bothered. They were always helping in that way. So that department is also good. It is very expensive compared to other colleges, Garware Biotechnology, but really very good. Practical oriented teachers will be having actual knowledge of the field, and it's not just reading books and everything. So they will be having proper knowledge. That was just meeting twice or thrice. I got to know that. So it is very enjoyable if you get admission there. So you must have practical approach. Theory is important, yes, but that is not what is required for working in industry or something. You should be very familiar with all kind of instrumentation. As much as you see in college, you will not be getting this specific instrumentation which are like high end quality things, because fundings and everything. But for that you have to do what we were saying, you have to do internships. So that's where your internship comes and plays a big role, because
actually
only in your this internships you will be actually using the sophisticated instruments which we use in industry, not what you use in all the colorimeters and all that ancient
Exactly. I don't know why still it's going on.
I remember we had one UV spectrophotometer.
Yes.
It was a very big instrument.
And the cover you to fill it, and then
it was very hyped. And when I started working in company, I never saw any of this.
No. But do you remember that whole time it was like,
even the
I
PCR,
got a chance to use it, and I got everything.
Even the PCR machine was not getting that much of attention. We used to give.
I agree.
Wow, that is a spectrophotometer. It's huge. It is.
And now when you enter the industry, it's like nanodrop is there, qubit is there, everything is there.
why to go for this big instrument
I know.
when you have this much compact instrument also available?
Maximum students are going to be like, oh, that is so
Yeah,
relative.
like, oh shit, what man, this is so compact. This is like smaller than my iPad.
Nice. Thank you for the
So
reality check, by the way. Yeah.
yes.
So, next question. Let's move on to the next question. Can you please share some tips and tricks? Like, is there any, easy method or something to, get the job or, to apply or anything, like to learn that skill?
So whenever you are applying for any interview, you should really check the background of the company, what they want. If you know in which field they are working, in what kind of samples they are getting, you can be very precise, and
Yeah,
you will know what they want, what they require
exactly.
from their employee. So accordingly, you can prepare yourself for your interview, and in that way, if you have some reference, it is a very good thing to get references. So your selection is actually, you will, there is more chance of getting selected if you have reference.
Ah,
So like, not mandatory, but having a reference is a
obvious,
good
obvious,
thing,
obvious.
because you will get insight of what actually is happening there. Plus you will not blindly go for interview. You can prepare for detailed thing. You can ask your friend or whoever that reference is, what kind of instrumentation you use. Then you can prepare yourself, like, I don't know how to use that, or I know how to use that. You can choose your question and answer after that. So just not go for blind, like interview
Yeah,
dena hai, isliye de de yaar.
right.
Chalo
That's
bhai,
right.
dekh ke
So
dekh
you
le
should
lo.
have to, you just get prepared before you
Prepare before,
get.
yes, because one thing which is important is what the employer wants from you. If you know that, it's easy
And you
to
should
get a
have
job.
the, a bit idea about the background of the company. You should read
Company
and
also,
go.
yes, not like us what we did. Nana?
Yeah.
I don't think I checked my
No, no,
first
no, 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 no. I
background
always
check.
did. I always, whatever, like for whichever interview I was to go, I was to prepare that way. That what company it is, what is the background, who is the senior most person there, everything. That really helps, They get impressed if you just, greet them by their name. They'll be like, oh, you know my name. It's that way.
So this is my third job. I never had
Still don't have that.
background check
Yeah.
before interviewing.
Okay.
Uh,
Nice.
yeah.
Thanks for the tips. Yeah.
Yes.
So the next question is like, suggest good companies if anyone wants to apply for such positions in India and outside India. So name the companies you know in India and outside India.
So if you want to join as a fresher, there are many companies in India. Most are in south side, because I don't know why. Like, most of the companies are in south, like Bangalore. Bangalore is a very good hub.
Bangalore is a big hub. Yeah.
For biotechnology, Bangalore is very good, really. Like, Reliance and Godrej also started their one company, right? Strand or something. So this Strand is very good. They are actively, I think they have most vacancies right now.
Okay.
In Strand Life Science. So they recently like merged with, I think, Godrej or Reliance. I'm not sure with it.
Okay.
So then Medgenome is there in Bangalore. There is NGB recently in Bangalore. It's also, that is also a good lab. There are other small emerging companies like Clevergene. I was working in Clevergene. Then there are other, like, there are many labs. But if you want to go for like big companies, there is Medgenome and Lifecell is good. Syngene is also good.
Yeah,
Syngene is also okay. And if you want to go for like Mumbai or Nasik, Maharashtra, then there is uh, Datar Cancer Genetics in Nasik, who is in this industry from like some 6 years.
No, it's in 10
More
years,
than,
I guess.
more than 10 years.
2013 they started.
13th. Okay, cool. Yeah. So in Mumbai also, like, I do Gene Path. Gene Path is also good.
SRL Diagnostics.
SRL Diagnostic. And there are a lot of hospitals also who are starting their own molecular labs. They have their own departments.
Correct.
You can also go for.
There are a lot of opportunities are there. That means.
TIFR. Right? So
yeah,
you were working there?
I was working with Actrac.
Actrac, okay.
Hospital. Yeah.
Cool. That is also good. There
So
are
there
two
are a lot
methods.
of opportunities,
Lot of
huh?
opportunities. You just have to explore.
Okay.
And you have
Now,
to leave your home if you are in Maharashtra. Go in South, you will get plenty of opportunities. And you will
right.
be like, you will not never regret doing that.
Hmm.
Because I left my home, I came to Bangalore. 1 year after, I
You
am
got this opportunity.
one
Yeah.
year after I am in Dubai.
So it's like get out of the comfort zone, I would say.
इतिहास साक्षी है. The person who goes in Bangalore, the next step for him is abroad.
I agree. I agree. Okay, let's move on to the next question now. Like you have done your master's in biodiversity, right?
Yes.
So any views on that? Like any opportunities after that and all? Do you want to discuss with us?
Yes. Okay. So that was a very big decision. Like I almost shifted my career from one thing to another thing, which is
Yeah.
not like which is remotely related to the graduation what I did.
Hmm.
So actually from like childhood I had interest in this wildlife and everything. So
Hmm.
that was one reason. Then I was actively working as snake rescuer in my local area. I was getting a
Hmm.
good traction and like I got famous. A lot of people started calling me for rescuing everything. So I was more into this wildlife thing. It was my hobby. It developed like I wanted to make it as career. So I went for biodiversity for that. So
Hmm.
it's a what to say. It's not well growing actually in India. Although there like big companies will be having one department which will be CSR. So
Okay.
this works with NGOs. CSR stand for corporate social responsibilities. So
Okay.
the people like the companies who have higher profit ratios, and if they are into manufacturing and anything, any kind of manufacturing, whether it is pharma, car, or automobiles or anything, they have to pay some 5% or something like that, a particular percentage of their profit income towards this corporate social responsibilities. Through that they will be working on environment to save environment.
All right.
So in that field, if you have like if you have biodiversity done, you have done biodiversity, this Mahindra is doing very good job. They have so many projects for like environmental things also. They are having some reserved areas. They have bought very huge land in Nasik also. They have a big portion of land just outside the border of Maharashtra Nasik city.
Yeah.
So they have planted all different kind of trees, which our forest department usually don't do, because whenever there is such kind of thing like plantation drive, they will be planting particular plant which is like very common, and it is not good for the biodiversity, because you should maintain the diversity, not make it a particular tree. So this Mahindra is working on it very good, and there are lot of NGO where you can work. Just the problem is you will get 100% job satisfaction, but salary range is very very less. So if you have strong financial background, then you can definitely go for it, because it is amazing thing. I like to work in forest and everything. That's why I went for biodiversity, and it was a very good experience. Like 2 years, I enjoyed a lot. We had so many excursions, and we had night trails and everything. We were in Amboli forest for like 5 days doing practical with staff and everyone.
Oh my God.
It was a good
That's
experience
amazing.
as well. Yeah.
No, I can see that on your face. You know, you're actually reliving the moment.
So those were good years.
Yeah.
I
Can you
missed
add on like what is your like future plans and all?
Yeah,
Add on.
future plans. So as I told you, I had like good interest in zoology. When I was growing, I was I got interest in fish tanks, aquariums, and all those things. Later, when I was in college, accidentally one time my goldfish was like I found out my goldfish is pregnant with eggs. So I saw some YouTube videos how to fertilize those eggs and everything, and coincidentally I was successful in that, and that created a huge spark, and I was like definitely want to do fish farming. So along with that, in my BSc, I had a very good hands-on experience in plant tissue culture.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
that's
so and in animal cell culture also. If in my first company, I was doing cell culture, cell line maintenance, and everything.
nice.
So I had
You just
interest in
want to
culture.
use your experience and put
Yes.
it into a
So
business.
my future endeavors are like I want to start a business. Two
Mm.
for now. Like one is fish farming. I will be
Uh-huh.
breeding ornamental fish, which are sold in aquariums. Not the regular goldfish and all those stuff. Some
Okay.
specific breeds which are high demand in international and like local market as well.
Wow.
So my plan is to start one startup for this aquarium. Another, I met with a person, and he is a good collector of plants. He has a very good collection of exotic as well as Indian plants, which are like very good flowers or something like that.
Mm.
It's beautiful, his collection. You can visit his place. He is in Nasik only. So once I got chance to meet him, and then he had some exotic species which were very hard to uh, the fertilization of those species is very tricky. So he was talking like, I want to make this plant saplings of this, but it is very difficult.
Mm.
They need so much of environmental factors. They need some particular temperature range. Only in that they
Right.
will produce seeds and everything.
Mm.
So I was like, I can do that.
Nice.
We
So as a you actually
Oh,
have
I want
like
to set up
done.
one. I want to set up one plant tissue culture, small setup of plant tissue culture. It is very easy. You can do it in home, one bedroom
Yeah.
also.
Nice. That's interesting.
Just
Thanks for
waiting.
sharing that with us. Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I wish you
Oh,
all the
that
best.
will create. If it is success, then it might go in large scale also.
Hmm. So
Maybe
you
one
might.
day I can create
Hmm.
opportunities for employment for other
Exactly.
people
That's
also.
what I was. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. That if you have any openings in future, do
Yes, do share.
yeah, do share.
Definitely.
And okay, one more thing. Are you open to all the questions and this thing in the comment section? Like if people ask, tagging you, is it okay?
Yeah, they can also.
We can answer them accordingly.
Yeah, they can. Sure.
Yeah. Okay, then let's move to the last question of the
Sure.
session.
Sure.
That's just share a message you have for all the students watching us. A quick message for all of them.
If you want to go for biotechnology, please go for it. It is very, 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 very like exponentially growing nowadays. If you are in like earlier college days, 11th standard, 12th standard, till you graduate as a master's in biotechnology, you will be like getting very good opportunities. Definitely, 100%. Because this field is not going to end, and
Yeah.
most of the diagnostic is shifting to molecular nowadays rather than having blood test and all those kind of things.
Correct. Correct.
So all those because the sensitivity here is very good, so it is definitely going to be very much flourishing. So if you want to, please go for this. It is a very good career option for you, as well as bioinformatics also. If you have interest in coding and everything, bioinformatics is really good option for you. It is very stable. You get very good payment. Plus, you can work from home also.
Right.
You get a lot of companies are giving option of working from home in bioinformatics also nowadays. Because all they need is some set of laptop and all those instruments, nothing else. They don't need high tech info like other stuff. So it is good. You can also go for bioinformatics. You can go for biotechnology. Perfect.
Okay.
Microbiologist also can go for bio like jobs in molecular.
Yeah.
There are some companies who consider them as a good asset.
Nice.
That's it.
Any other point you want to say?
Soon I will be a stand-up comedian. Please support me at that time.
Sure, I'll support you. No, good at it. No, good with like engaging people and
Oh, I'm still
having
working.
then let's just end the session here, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time and your experience. You just shared it so beautifully. I
Yes.
was so involved in it. So yeah, and I could see the happy face. So yeah, thank you so much for your time and work.
This is why I was insisting on a Zoom call rather than just recording videos and
Recording the videos and all. Yeah,
because the interaction is better, like good
yeah,
call.
correct. No, I agree with you with that. Yeah. Sure, then thank you so much, PP. Yeah, take
Thank you.
care.
Welcome. You're doing a
Bye.
very good job by making all this, because in our time, we did not had such kind of
exactly. That is the purpose actually.
platform. Yeah, so it's a good thing, and
This
nobody's
is
doing
this,
it.
like, no, this session is I want students to get a bit closer to the reality,
Reality.
like how the work is and how, so that even if we don't have much experience till now, we have only 3-4 years of experience,
Yes.
and if that might help them, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my koshish kind of thing.
Yes. Sure.
Yeah. Thanks for supporting me.
Always.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, let's bring this episode to an end. I really thank Pratik for his valuable time, and he said everything so beautifully, and it was totally unfiltered. Okay, so this was my a cautious to take you guys a bit close to the reality and give you guys a reality check. Thank you so much for watching us. If you're watching till now, then please share this video with the students who need this information, and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye, guys, students.